What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Too Pop to Handle. I'm your host, Andrew Nucatola, and I hope you are having a fabulous week as always. We have such an exciting episode. It is our first Grammys recap on the podcast. Very, very exciting day over here at Too Pop to Handle headquarters. I'm so excited to dive into the show. We're going to do full run of the show, just kind of going through what stuck out to me, my favorite parts. We're going to go through the big four, performances, red carpet, the whole nine, top to bottom. But before that, I figured, there's some other things we just sprinkle in some chat about, do our thing. Girls being girls on a little FaceTime call like this is supposed to be. So what a fun little weekend Thomas and I had. It was his birthday on Saturday. So of course we had to celebrate. Started out Friday night. We went to a RuPaul's Drag Race viewing party in Hell's Kitchen and it was fun until it wasn't. I didn't have a bad time. It was just, there's something needs to be done about like gay club drag race viewing parties, that especially when they're not going to like charge a cover or do a ticket or anything. And I don't say this to like bash any of the bars or anything. I get it. It is a big deal to own an establishment, especially a queer space. And I appreciate all of the queer spaces that we have in New York. There are so many of them. We are very lucky to be in a city where like everyone is so equal and like welcome. And, I'm not blaming the bar. There just needs to be some type of organizational to this. So we got there, the doors opened at 7, the show starts at 8 because it's just to go watch the viewing party. Now, Nymphia Wind and Tsunami Muse were going to both be there. You guys have been listening. You guys know Nymphia is my front runner. Thomas is too. We are both like huge Nymphia fans. So we were so excited to see her. So we wanted to get there early to make sure we could get in and you get there early. You want to make sure you get a spot. So we got there at 7. We go upstairs. It was busy, but it wasn't like packed yet. So we're hanging out, doing our thing. We get some drinks. The music's fun. Like we're just like hanging out, not really dancing. It wasn't like the vibe. Everyone's just kind of like standing around waiting for the show to start rather. And it was packed, but it wasn't like sardines just yet. It was hosted by Anita D, who is just like a popular local drag queen. I've seen her a few times throughout New York. She's like a big girl in the New York scene. So she came out, she, did 2 of numbers, she did her thing. Nymphia came out, Tsunami came out. They just like talked about the show a little bit, asked how we're feeling about the show. We just like, they were just like chit-chatting, getting the crowd warmed up. And then 8 o'clock comes around, the show starts, and I kid you not, every gay person in New York City showed up to this bar. It was so packed. We were beyond sardines. It was like, imagine trying to fit 2 cans of sardines into one. It was so uncomfortably packed in this bar. We couldn't see a thing on the screen. They had screens all along the side. Couldn't see any of them. Could barely hear because everybody was chattering. Like, it was just not fun. So Thomas ended up like going to try and find a better spot and like walking around the side. Let's say we were on like the back wall. He tried to go around to the middle to see if he could see better and he couldn't. And then he couldn't barely even get back to me because he moved an inch and people took his spot, even though my foot was there to try and hold it. It was just like a lot going on. I guess we could blame the bar. I'm not going to say the bar's name because like they didn't do anything wrong to me. Obviously, you got to make money as a bar owner and like you're going to make your money on a RuPaul's Drag Race viewing party at a gay club. I get it. Like I understand. It was just like not the best execution. Like I much rather would have like signed up on Eventbrite for 2 tickets even if it was free or charge me a cover. Like I don't know. That's fine. Like I get it, it is what it is. But it's fine. So the show starts at 8, and I kid you not, by 8:06, we were out the door. We were like, nope, not happening. Because we could see they were letting more people in. And I was like, where are these people going to go? Where are they fitting? Because we've been in the room for an hour, and we can't fit. I don't know. Very confusing. Then we went downstairs. It was like an upstairs, downstairs situation. There was no one downstairs. But of course, they weren't playing the show downstairs, because that would make too much sense. It would make too much sense to have all 8 TVs you have in the downstairs empty bar playing RuPaul's Drag Race. Let's squeeze everybody upstairs in the smaller space. I digress. We still had a fine night. Like it didn't ruin the night at all. We ended up leaving, got on the subway, came back home, and we caught the end of the episode. So we got to see most of it. And then we just caught up the next day. So no big deal. But we did get to see Nymphia and Tsunami for like 10 minutes, I guess. So we saw them, I guess. We didn't see them perform or anything, but that was Friday night. Again, wasn't raining on our parade, was not ruining our weekend. Saturday was Thomas's actual birthday. So we laid low for the beginning of the day. We went to the gym, we kind of hung out, we got breakfast. I decorated the apartment for Thomas a little bit. And then like 5-ish, we went and did some drinks. We went to the Penrose on the Upper East Side, which if you haven't been, add it to your list. It is so delicious. Their food is great. Their drinks are great. We just went for drinks because we had a reservation that night and I didn't, obviously you're not going to eat before your reservation. So we got some drinks there. I had the dirty pickle martini, which is, I got so many questions. Like all my friends were like, what is that? Like literally a pickle martini. I was like, trust me, it is delicious. And if you are a pickle girl, if you love a pickle, you've got to go try it. It is so good. So we got a pickle martini. Thomas got an espresso martini, which their espresso martinis are like off the charts. And then we just kind of hung out there for a bit before we had our reservation. And we went to Serafina, which is like a very popular Italian restaurant. I guess it's a chain in the city. It's not a chain, but like it is a chain because there's like 18 locations throughout the city. I don't know if they're like around the world or nation or I don't know, but it was very good. It was delicious. It was my first time going there, but I literally passed this place all the time, multiple occasions. They were all over, so obviously it's going to be good. So we went there for dinner. It was delicious. The food was great. Drinks were great. The vibe was great. Our waitress was so nice. We had such a good time. So we went there and then we were going to go out and we were like, we're a little drunk already, so maybe we skip the club because it just might end, once you're at that point, you're like, I feel like once you start drinking and you have that thought of going home, you're going home. You know what I mean? Like you could have all intentions to like go out, do drinks, then dinner, then the club. But as soon as you have that one thought, like, oh, what if I just went home? What if I just like went home and put on pajamas and got comfy on the couch and like rode out this not even high, this like drunk feeling? And that's exactly what we did. We left, we got an Uber home. We didn't even have it in us to go to the subway. We were like, to that level, we were like, let's just get an Uber, let's go home and chill for the night. So we came home, got comfy, did what gay people do best, and put on a marathon of music videos on YouTube and just had a fun little night at home. So that was fun. Perfect celebration. It was, we didn't want to do anything too crazy, but we wanted to celebrate. So very fun. So fun little Saturday there. And then Sunday was the Grammys. We went grocery shopping, cleaned the apartment, did our things, whatever. And then the big thing for the night really was the Grammys, which we are going to get into in just a minute. But that was my weekend. I hope you guys had a fab weekend. We are slowly getting out of this like dark by 4 p.m. thing. It was 5 o'clock today when I left work and it was bright as could be outside. I was so happy. I feel like we are slowly but surely like brighter skies ahead. Seasonal depression I can like feel it going away. You know what I mean? It's like the sun is out when I leave to go home for the day from work. It's like seasonal depression is lifting and could not be more excited. So we are, we're getting there. I hope you are all feeling the excitement of spring happening. The sun is staying out longer. It's a fun time. I feel like this like transition into like the end of winter into the beginning of spring is like, we're so close. We're almost there. It's still cold out. It's still, it's not like ideal weather, but like brighter skies are ahead. We are almost in the spring and the summer, and I can't wait. I am so excited for warmer weather because it hasn't even been that cold of a winter. Something in me though, I am itching for warm weather. I'm over it. I don't want to be cold anymore. I don't want to wear jackets. That's really my issue. I don't want to wear a jacket when I leave anymore. I hate carrying a jacket. I hate wearing a jacket. I just want to go out in like a hoodie and jeans or like a sweater, like anything but bringing a giant winter jacket. But I'm not Mother Nature, so it'll come when it happens. And yeah, that's kind of a recap of the weekend, what is going on. And now it is time to hop into some pop culture news because there is plentiful. And starting off, we have a release this coming Friday. I did mention it last week, but I said we would talk about it more this week because it wasn't coming out until this week. And here we are. So Girl in Red is dropping her new single, Too Much, this Friday from her upcoming album, I'm Doing It Again, Baby. Very, very excited for this new project. Her last album, which I believe was her debut album. She had EPs before that, but yeah, her debut album, If I Could Make It Go, came out 2021. So we are like 3 years due for an album from Girl in Red, and I am so excited for this project. If you haven't listened to her debut album, stop what you're doing. Don't stop. Finish the episode, then go listen to it because it is such a good album. Honestly, no skips on it. So, so good. I saw her in like March of 2022, I want to say, with Jacqueline, who is now just like a regular friend mentioned on the podcast. I know you're listening. Hi, Jacqueline. So we went to go see her on her tour in, I want to say, yeah, like March 2022. And it was such a good show, so much fun, just like a fun energy. So definitely, excited for this new era, excited to hear new music. Hopefully she'll do a tour. She had such a good like stage presence, so very excited for that. We also may or may not be getting a SZA song. She did like a live performance during the Grammy commercial of this song called Saturn, and now people are saying it's coming out this Friday. I don't trust a word that's gonna happen until it's actually dropped, because we know SZA likes to tease things for months and months and months and months, so I am not getting my hopes up, but allegedly there is a new SZA song or project or something dropping this Friday, but nothing is confirmed. I'm not counting on it. I'm not telling you it's coming out. I'm just telling you what the people are saying, because I feel like that's my job, like as a podcast host, I'm here to fill you guys in on what people are filling me on in. So we'll see. Maybe Friday morning we'll wake up to a new SZA song, new SZA project. And if we don't, nobody will be shocked. It's like, it's like Groundhog's Day. It either happens or it doesn't. You never know. So if it does happen, I will obviously post about it because I'll be excited and I will take back everything I said about SZA being a liar. But if it doesn't drop, SZA's a liar. So that being said, Girl in Red is dropping this Friday. The song will be on our Drew Release playlist, which can be found in my link in bio on Instagram or really any of our socials. It's just there's a playlist on Apple Music and Spotify with all of our releases we talk about, so you can find it there. Yeah, very, very excited for this new project to drop. I'm hoping it lives up to the expectations, and I feel like it will. I feel like she's not going to let us down. And that is our only release for the week. So a slow week, but it is not going to be a slow year for music. I feel like every other day there's somebody else teasing a new project. Kacey Musgraves is confirmed for a project. Lady Gaga's been in the studio. Like Beyonce is apparently releasing act. Like there's so much going on. It's going to be a big year for music, and I cannot wait. I feel like I keep saying that, and it's already like living up to it. Actually, while we're on the topic of music, quick, I say that if we're not about to walk into a whole segment about the Grammys, which is the biggest night in music, but while we're talking about upcoming releases, Ariana Grande today, actually, she posted that we won't be getting any new singles from, what is the album called? Eternal Sunshine. We won't be getting any other singles because she wants it to be listened to as a full album, which that is a girl after my heart. If you know me at all, you know that I am an album bitch. I love to listen to an album straight through. It is my favorite way to consume music. It's why I like listening to vinyl so much. I love a cohesive, full-rounded project. And the fact that she said, she's like, nope, I'm not releasing any other singles. Nothing else will come out until the album comes out because I want you to enjoy it as a full album. Perfect. It already is getting an A in my book for like this idea, because I love that. I love when an artist puts their energy into making a cohesive album and just makes it like a whole rounded body of work. So I'm very excited for whatever she's cooking up. There's rumors of collaborations. I'm not going to say with who, because actually, fuck it. Let's say with who, because apparently SZA is on the album. I can't even get into it. I can't even get into the idea of a SZA and Ariana Grande collab. Nothing really confirmed, just like rumors here and there, but like rumors have to start somewhere. So like TBD on that, but just like very excited for this project. And like I said, there's so much new music coming out this year. I cannot wait. That being said, talking about the Grammys, some music that came out last year, or at least in that last album cycle. Overall, I thought this year's Grammys was a fantastic show. I thought the performers were great. I thought most of the people all looked great. The people who won pretty much all deserved it. Like there wasn't any like snubs, but we'll get in. I'm going to go through the full show, performances, red carpet, speeches, the whole nine, and then we'll go into like my full rounded thoughts at the end. But starting off with the Grammys red carpet. Oh my God, I'm excited. Our first Grammys recap. So I was really happy with a lot of the fashion this year. I'm not like a fashion girl. Like I wish so much I could be like, look at a dress and be like, oh, that's vintage Versace. Oh, that's Gucci. Like I was just, to me, I can't. So I will say I was very happy with the way almost everybody looked this year. I thought Janelle Monáe looked absolutely stunning. I love the way she does such a good job at just like sticking true to her style, but just always, she knows when to elevate it. She knows when to be a little more, like she does such a good job at incorporating her style into every look she does and making it really like her own. So snaps all around to Janelle Monáe. She looked fantastic. Obviously, Miley Cyrus. I mean, the fact that she did a red carpet alone is insane. It was the first red carpet she's done in, I think, 5 years. I want to say since like 2019. It's been a minute. Maybe, no, not 2020. It's been a minute. It's been a long time since Miley did a red carpet. And the fact that she walked it, did the whole thing, like, I was so excited. She looked great. At first, the hair, I was a little like, wait, what's going on? But I loved it at the end. Like, as soon as I saw, like, the high quality photos, I was like, oh, I'm into it. That, like, lion's mane, I don't know. It just looked so good. And with the gold dress, ugh, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. We'll get into more of Miley's fashion as we go on throughout the show because the bitch had 5 dresses. 5. That's crazy. Moving on though, we had Summer Walker. She looked great. There was like that white, I don't know if it was feathers. I don't know. It had the hat, the big hat, the little dress. I loved it. She looks, it was not little by all means. What am I saying? The dress, the hat, it was fantastic. No notes on Summer Walker's look. Coco Jones, I mean, come on. She is so gorgeous. Her dress, the color on her looked fantastic. She also won a Grammy, which like snaps all around. Good for you, girl. Chloe Bailey looked fantastic. Olivia Rodrigo looked great. I loved her little like nod to old Hollywood. Christina Aguilera I thought looked fantastic. I loved that like mint green bluish color on her. I thought it looked really good with her like really blonde platinum hair. Loved it. Kelly Clarkson looked fantastic. Absolutely loved the fact that she brought her son as her date and he had his little like velvet suit on, his bedazzled Timberlands. Like he looked so cute. He was just like having fun with his mom that night. It was so cute. You guys know I love Kelly, so I was very excited to see her on the carpet. And then I have to say, the only person whose outfit I was really like, what the fuck? Or like worth mentioning at least, was Taylor Swift. I really liked her dress. I thought the dress was pretty. But that was really it. I didn't get the gloves. I didn't like them. I don't know. I didn't love the gloves. The necklaces I did like. I liked the layered necklaces. I thought that was really well done. I liked that. Her hair. I was like, what happened with the hair? I was so confused. The dress, like I said, it looked good. I really did like the dress. But like, I was so confused on the hair. Like that, there was that little braid. Then the rest was just like there. I don't know. It just like, it threw off the whole look for me. And that obsessed me because you guys know I love Taylor. But I was like, you have so much money. That's the thing. Like when people to her magnitude don't show up to somewhere looking like to the nines, and like you can't look at that and say like her hair looks good. I don't care. You cannot look me dead in the face and not lie to me and say you like the way her hair looked. You're lying to yourself. It's okay. It's okay to not like something Taylor Swift does. I know we're all conditioned to have to loving everything Taylor Swift does, but I wasn't thrilled with her look. I don't know. It wasn't 100% for me, and it is what it is. But moving on, lots more Taylor to come. So the show kicked off. Trevor Noah was hosting, and I'm not like, I don't love Trevor Noah. I don't dislike Trevor Noah. I'm very like very Switzerland with him. Like, don't love him, don't hate him. He's fine. Like, he just kind of exists. I thought he did such a good job hosting this year. I was really, really happy with his jokes. I thought he did a great job doing his crowd work and like talking to the crowd, getting everybody involved. He did a great job engaging with the audience in the room, on the TV. He had me laughing. He wasn't over the top. He wasn't rude. Like, it was a very, very good job on Trevor Noah's behalf, which I've never really like, there's never been a moment where I'm like, oh my God, Trevor Noah did such a good job. But I was very impressed with him this year. I think it's his 4th year hosting the Grammys. He did a great job. So overall, Trevor Noah, keep it up. You're doing something right. But the show opened with no other than Dua Lipa. Oh, I didn't even mention Dua Lipa's red carpet look. Absolutely loved it. That disco tiled dress. I love the red hair on her. Fantastic. No notes. Loved it all around. But going into her performance. So, I mean, this like, you open the show with Dua Lipa, I'm sold. Kicked it off with her new single Training Season, which does come out in a few weeks. And it was so good. I absolutely loved it. I thought the single is going to be a great, just like, everyone, it's going to be like a good like radio song. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I feel like they're saying something's going to be great on radio gets like a bad rep. I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, yeah, the general public's going to love this song. Good. Like, that's a good thing. So, very excited for a new Dua. She looked great. Her dancers were great. That cage, the way that they were like lifting it up. And I was like, what? I was like, this is not the same scaffolding we have in New York City. Like, this is some lightweight shit because, well, how are they just lifting it up, putting it down? She was like, I don't know. It was very well done. I loved it. Transitioned into Houdini, which we all know. And I thought the stage was really cool. That little like vortex thing she had. I don't know, with the lights coming off of it. The choreo was just like so good. She has come such a long way in her performing. And I, as somebody who has literally seen her since before her debut album comes out, I've been following her. Like, she's come a long way. The first time I saw her was literally opening for Troye Sivan in like 2016, 2017. And like, she wasn't bad. I was hooked from the second I saw her, but like, the girl's come a long way. We all know the Jingle Ball snippet, the video, you know. We know the video. So for to see her doing that a few years ago to now this, like she saw that criticism on the internet and she was like, nope, not doing it. She went the complete opposite direction. She learned how to dance, she learned how to perform. Like she's got it. She is the all around full package pop star, and I'm obsessed. You guys know this. I fucking love Dua Lipa. Her opening the show was just like the precedent for a perfect night. So as we're moving through, like I said, we're just going to talk like my highlights, what stood out to me. So if I don't mention something that you liked or you loved, start your own podcast. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, but we're just talking about my girls. Yeah, I think it's all girls for the most part. There's a sprinkle of a man in there, but not many, which, you know, no surprise. So moving on, Miss Miley Cyrus. If you don't know, now you know. Miley is one of my favorite artists of all time. Literally since Hannah Montana, I watched the premiere. Like, that is my girl. I've seen her. She's like probably my second most seen person in concert. And I love her. She is one of my all-time favorite artists. And the fact that she has never won a Grammy before last night, first of all, illegal. Like, what is... We all know the Grammys don't mean that much. You know what I mean? But it is like a stamp of like you did that, you know, it's exciting. So the fact that Miley had no Grammys, what are we, almost 20 years into her career, and now she finally gets her first, thank God. And the fact that it was on flowers, like she's getting her flowers, it was such a full, like, I don't know, it was so cute. But she was more excited that Mariah Carey was announcing her award than actually winning, I feel like, which I was obsessed with. I love that it was like MC and MC, Miley Cyrus, Mariah Carey. She was so, like, her facial expression was so cute. There was a video of her backstage and she like walks up to her team after she wins and she's like, Mariah. Like, that's literally all she cared about. It was so cute. And it's just, I love to see her like winning. She just, how could you not love her? And it does not stop there. She goes on to her performance and she performs Flowers. I'm skipping a little bit, but whatever, it's my show. So she does Flowers and the happiness and joy that was radiating off of Miley Cyrus during the Grammys was literally so infectious through the TV. I was beaming. I think everybody was beaming. Like, even if you're not necessarily a fan of Miley Cyrus, like, she was so happy and you could just tell she was having so much fun. She just was like having the best time. And I think it's like such a huge show of her character. Like, this was her first live performance in of years. Like, it's been a while since she's performed. I want to say she's done like little things here and there, but not like a big televised performance. Possibly like since her Super Bowl performance. I could be wrong, like the pre-show she did, but like it's been a minute since Miley's been on TV. The fact that she was so comfortable to just like ad lib as she was up there and talk to the crowd and like have fun. Like, she's so good at working with the crowd and like still, I mean, we all know she can sing, but like her talking to the crowd, she's like, how are you guys gonna act like you don't know this song? So funny. And then she goes on and she's like, and I just won my first Grammy. Like, it was just so cute. And I'm so glad that she was celebrating herself. She was having so much fun on the stage. She looked insane. Her performance dress, vintage Bob Mackie. Are you like, come on. She looked stunning. She sounded fantastic. She's just, I love her so much. And it really was like Miley's night to me. Like, despite everything else that went on with like album announcements and winning and this and that, like the fact that Miley got to win her first Grammy, and I want to say she was the first like televised one. Like, it was the first televised award given out. Like, thank God. Thank God for Miley Cyrus. Oh, I just love her so much. And we'll talk about her more later. I don't want to give it all out right now, but just like my favorite moment of the night had to be her performance. Just she was so happy, and seeing an artist that you've loved for so long and supported and rooted for, and like she's gone through so much in her career and her personal life, obviously, but like we've seen it through her career. Like she has gone through it, and to be a fan of her for so long and like stick by her, even when things were like a little rough, things weren't always smiley in Miley's world. And to see her like Flowers had a huge success, like to see her winning the Grammy, like it was just such a good night to be a Miley Cyrus fan. So chef's kiss, just oh, I love it. Moving through my list, next up, the fast car performance. So obviously it got so popular this year because of Luke Combs, which I'm not a country music fan, just not my thing. I've tried it, just not for me. But this song is obviously like a popular Tracy Chapman song from years ago, and she has not performed live in years. Like, I'm pretty sure she hasn't been really seen or like been in the spotlight for years. So the fact that he was performing this song with her, you could see everybody's face in the crowd just like light up when she was on stage, because it's been so long since she'd performed, and it was just such like a wholesome moment. Like I said, I'm not a country music person. I'm not like, I don't know anything about Luke really besides that he's a country singer. But I do think he's like, there's like different degrees of country music. You know what I mean? There's like honky tonk, pickup truck, like slept with my cousin, drinking a beer, and like I hate my wife country music. And then there's like wholesome, sweet, like good country music, like maybe he likes to fish, but like he also loves his wife. You know what I mean? Like there's different vibes of country music, and I get good vibes from Luke. So I was very happy that he was out there doing his thing. So exciting to see just like Tracy getting her flowers for this song after all these years. It was just such like a wholesome moment, and I really, really appreciate it. I really loved it. Next up on my list, SZA. All right, so SZA performed. I have two SZA moments. Actually, three, excuse me, I can't count. So SZA performed Snooze and Kill Bill. You guys know, I fucking love SZA. I thought her performance was great. I loved the transition between the two songs. I just love her. I love the theatrics of her performance. I loved her vocals. Like everything was just so good. No surprise there. SZA can sing. We know. What really just like, oh my God, put the cherry on top for me, Lizzo comes out. So I was surprised that I figured she would be invited, but I didn't think that she would be a presenter because of everything going on with her. But she came out, she presented this award, and she presented to SZA. So now if you don't know, Lana, am I okay? SZA and Lizzo toured together. Oh, SZA said it during her speech, but they've been friends for like over 10 years. So they celebrate each other so much and are such good friends, like, and genuine fans of each other. So I love their friendship. I always have. I always will. I think their friendship runs so much deeper than we'll ever know. And it's so cute to see the two of them together. So Lizzo announces the award for Best R&B Song, which, by the way, that was a stacked category. Anybody in that category could have won, and I think I would have been happy. Like, it was everybody in that category deserved not only to be nominated, like, I wish it could have been like Mean Girls, where they like break the crown and everybody gets it, because it was such a stacked category. But I am very glad that SZA won, especially because of the moment that we got. So Lizzo announced that SZA gets it. She's obviously geeked out because it's her girl. SZA's nowhere to be found. Now, we just saw her perform, so I'm like, girl, I know you're in the room. Like, how far could you have gone? She comes running out of nowhere. The way she just came running, her phone in hand, like booking it. She runs up, gives Lizzo the biggest hug, and is like, guys, I'm so sorry. I was just backstage. I changed. I took a shot. Now I'm running here. She had her phone in her hand. Like, she's so real. Like, we've all been there where like you're supposed to be on time somewhere and you're running and just like you took a shot, your phone's in your hand, like you're going to catch your girls. Like, it was such a funny moment, and I just loved it. I loved that her and SZA why can't I speak? Her and Lizzo had their moment. It was just really, really cute. And yeah, I feel like this is going to be controversial, and I understand. Hopefully it doesn't like cancel me 16 episodes into my podcast, but I love Lizzo. I know what's going on with her. It's not great, and I'm not dismissing any of it, but I think the fact that like so many other people can stand these artists and like Everyone still loves Justin Timberlake after he forced Britney Spears to get an abortion. Everybody still loves Travis Scott after he frickin' had his fans died at his show. Like, again, I'm not saying if this all did happen, I will take it all back. But I think for the time being, like, I'm still on the Lizzo train, and I think if everybody else can love their problematic artists, I think I can have this one. So it was, as a Lizzo fan, it was very exciting to see her on stage. I thought she looked great. She looked happy. She looked healthy, and I'll leave it at that. I'm sorry if you've cut Lizzo off because of it. Tell me you don't still sing Truth Hurts when it comes on in a club. Again, Liza Minnelli. Like, come on, try again. Anyway, moving forward, I don't want to get into it too much. I don't want, people to come for me. Moving down the list, Olivia Rodrigo, she performed Vampire. Vampire is a very vocally hard song to sing, you can tell. I mean, and this is no shade, like, she's not the best live vocalist, but this song doesn't make it any easier. You know what I mean? Like, I think she has a great voice. She's obviously so talented, but like, she doesn't always have the best live vocals. I think that's fine. Like, everybody has off days. And this song does not make it any easier, but I thought she did such a great job at this performance. I love that she, like, was bleeding through it. Like, it was just, like, a cool, there wasn't much that she could do. Like, she can't be running around the stage and singing that song because it is so challenging. So, like, obviously, you've heard me say before, I hate when people just stand into a microphone and sing, but I understand it for this purpose because, like, I couldn't sing that song and dance and move and run, and no, like, just does not happen. So loved Olivia's performance. I love that they showed Taylor dancing to her. Like, we all know the drama there, or lack of drama, whatever happened, who knows, but that was, like, obviously a whole big pop culture thing. So seeing Taylor dance to her was really cute, and Olivia was very supportive of Taylor the whole night. So it was just, like, a good night for, the Olivia and Taylor hybrid stand. So very happy for Olivia. I am bummed that she didn't win any Grammys. I was very surprised she didn't take any home, but I also am like, when you put Guts and Sour next to each other, like, I'm glad that Sour won Grammys over Guts. Maybe that's controversial. I do think she deserved something, but, like, there was a lot of music this year. I don't know. I wasn't, as much as I love Olivia and obviously want her to succeed and do things, like, I don't know that she needed Grammys for this album. I don't think anyone does. You know what I mean? Like, again, Grammys to me is, like, it's a huge accomplishment, but it doesn't define you as an artist. So, like, her not winning to me, I'm like, okay, the album's still fantastic. I still love it. It's still a good album. Doesn't mean anything because she didn't get a trophy. At the end of the day, it's a piece of metal when push comes to shove. So was upset that she didn't win anything, but at the same time, like, she had a knockout year and she's about to start her, like, crazy sold out headlining tour. She's doing just fine. So we had our Olivia moment. And now, U2. So they cut to the Sphere in Vegas, which I've told you guys, that thing gives me weird vibes. Something about the Sphere just feels evil to me, and I don't know what it is, but even when I was in Vegas for New Year's and I saw it, I was like, this thing is weird. I don't know. Something about it just feels a little evil. So they cut to U2 doing it, and it has been 10 years, literally 10 years this year since it happened. I will never look at U2 and not think about the time that they put their album on everybody's iPhone and just, like, thought it was fine. Do you remember how crazy that was? Like, waking up that morning and being like, what is this on my phone? And that was, like, before, streaming was, like, a thing and big, but, like, it was, like, early in those streaming days. So it wasn't like it was, like, people were still buying music, it was still, like, you would buy an album on iTunes. There was, like, that middle ground. So for an album to just show up on your phone, then it was like, whoa, like, who is in my library? I will never forget that, and I will never forgive them for it. I don't care how talented, how legendary. That was a weird marketing tactic. And I mean, they're U2. Obviously, they're, like, iconic. But I was just like, as soon as they showed them, I'm like, I will never forgive them for assaulting my library like that. It's my library, not yours. No, like, don't touch my iTunes library, U2. But that being said, I have nothing to say about the performance. It wasn't bad, it wasn't good. Like, it was a U2 performance. I don't know. They're not my cup of tea. Sorry if they're yours. Like, I don't know. I needed to talk about the iPhone thing because I thought about it last night and I was like, we don't talk about that enough. Like, it was such a weird marketing tactic for them to do, right? Like, we can all agree there, right? Okay. I think we're all on the same page. Moving on. Taylor Swift. She wins Best Pop Vocal Album. She goes up on stage, and let's backtrack. So, earlier that day, out of nowhere, Taylor changes all of her profile pictures to a black and white version of the Midnight's album cover. Now, to a normal person, okay, cool, whatever. But to us mentally ill Swifties, we're all like, fuck, black and white, Reputation. It's our only black and white album cover. Like, Reputation Taylor's version is getting announced tonight. The day goes on, her website goes down. And it's like intentionally down. There's like a code error, and like it was typed into the website to be down. So we were like, this is weird. Then the Grammys start, and her store is down. So you can't get onto her web store, and there's a password on it. Nobody could figure it out, obviously, but like, weird. So she goes up, and we're already all like on the edge of our seat. Like all day I was like, oh my God, it's happening. We're getting Reputation Taylor's version. Like, holy shit. What does she do? She announces that she is releasing her new album, The Tortured Poets Department, on April 19th. Excuse me? Like, first and foremost, how dare you? Like, we are not ready for that. We are not, in fact, ready for it. Reputation Taylor's version. Like, I was not expecting that at all. Not at all. And I have a lot of thoughts about this album, and I don't think I'm going to dive into it this episode because I think I need to really sit with this a little bit more and be like, think about what we're going to get. But like, a new album announcement was not what I was expecting at all. We don't know much about the album. She did say that she's been keeping this a secret for 2 years, which is, I'm like, so how long has it, like, what is this spanning? It's not giving Travis energy. I like how I just said I'm not going to go into my thoughts on the album, and now I'm going into them. You know what? Fuck it. I can do whatever I want. So it's called The Tortured Poets Department. And not to be confused with Dead Poet Society, because that's what I keep wanting to say. And it is not giving Taylor Travis energy. It's very much like artistic, like very artsy, kind of like Joe Alwyn. A little, so I'm thinking we're going to find some stuff out about their relationship that has probably been like tucked away for a few years. So I'm very curious, this sound. I'm thinking it's going to be like, kind of like You're Losing Me, that like slower, kind of like sexier, but still poppy music. I also think like almost like Dress, that like slower, not that Dress is a slow song, but like that like sexy, sensual kind of song. I don't know. I think we're gonna get like ever more folklore lyrics, but like more of like a not as folky, like a little more like poppy. It says like synth pop on the description, so I don't know. I'm very intrigued, but I don't know if we're gonna get any info about her and Travis, which is what I want. I don't know that I need an album about her and Joe. Like let's leave it. Like let's just bury it. I don't know, but I'm not gonna knock it till it comes out. It is an Aries album. I am an Aries. So I'm very excited for this album to come out, but it's just like I was not expecting that. And I need to just put it on record. I'm saying it now. I'm done clowning. I'm done clowning for these Taylor version albums. She'll release them when she releases them. I'm done with the theories. I'm done with the ideas. I'm done with, oh, it's New Year's Day, the Chinese New Year in Tokyo, and that's where the tour ended. I'm done with, there were 5 holes in the fence. I'm done. I'm done. I can't. I can't do it anymore. So until Reputation's Taylor version is officially announced or released, I'm done. I can't. It is so crazy that like we are always think we're so on it, and we're always so far left. Watch next weekend. She still announces it in Tokyo. I can't. But anyway, Taylor Swift is releasing an album in April. And that means that we will have the first new Taylor Swift album to talk about on the podcast in just 2 months. That's so exciting. So new Taylor Swift album on the horizon. I will say, I think that moment was supposed to kind of like steal the show. It did not for me. I was like, okay, cool, new album. Let's keep going. I think because she announced this album during an award show, just like she did Midnight's, not to say that I'm not excited. I just was like, there's other things going on tonight that I need to focus on. Like I will digest this Taylor Swift album as the night goes on. So new Taylor album, very exciting. Moving on from the Taylor, more Grammys. Obviously every year they do the like the memorial to everybody who has passed, and Fantasia ended up doing the tribute. Now, we thought it was going to be Beyonce, but it was confirmed that it wasn't going to be her earlier in the week. So it was like, okay, it was after I recorded last week before the Grammys, obviously. So that's why you didn't hear it here, but it was confirmed it wasn't going to be her, which makes sense on my next topic. But I thought Fantasia did such a great job. I remember voting for her on American Idol back in the day. Like, I was rooting for her. I used to be a huge American Idol fan. I haven't watched it in years now, but those first, like, 10 seasons, maybe, whatever, like, the core first few seasons, I was hooked. I was obsessed. Like, David Cook, David Archuleta, Fantasia, Clay Aiken, like, all of the, like, those OG Idol, like, I was calling and voting for these people, and I loved Fantasia. So I'm excited. I feel like she's having kind of like a renaissance. She just did The Color Purple, and now she just did this tribute, and she knocked it out of the park. I thought it was so good. I did think she was going to hand the mic to Beyonce, though, and I was literally like, Thomas and I were holding our breath, because I was like, is she about to give Beyonce the mic? Because she walked past her. She didn't. All she did was dance with Dua Lipa, and that was it. But it was what it was. I thought she did a great job. I needed to shout it out because I was so impressed with her performance, and I thought she did such a good job. And now, Jay-Z. Oh my God. So I didn't realize he was getting this award. I don't know if it was announced or if it's something that they like just like said the day of, but he was awarded the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award. Essentially just being like, you're fucking Jay-Z. Here's an award because like you deserve it. So he goes up on stage with Blue Ivy, which immediately I was just like, oh my God, how freaking cute is that? I mean, Blue Ivy has 2 Grammys. Icon. Blue Ivy was also like, Beyonce announced her pregnancy with Blue Ivy at the VMAs in 2012. We all know the moment, Love on Top. She popped her belt off. She rubbed her stomach. They panned to Jay-Z in the crowd. Like, huge pop culture moment. One of the biggest VMA moments really ever. So to see Blue Ivy's pregnancy announcement get announced on the VMAs, and now she's on the stage with her father accepting this award, this like global icon award, it was such like a fun full circle moment. You know, you guys know, if it's Beyonce, I love it. And this is obviously her firstborn child. I was so excited. So cute to see Blue up on stage with Jay. And then he starts accepting this award. And it started out like, okay, he was just like talking, doing his thing. And it went so south. So not even south, because it wasn't bad. It just took such a turn. And I was like, holy shit. He basically called the Academy out. I mean, you guys all know, you saw it, I'm sure. He called the Academy out because Beyonce has the most amount of Grammys ever. She's the most awarded artist, but has never won Album of the Year. And it's like an ongoing thing of them saying like Black women specifically are always nominated for Album of the Year, but never win it. A Black woman has not won Album of the Year in 25 years since Miss Lauryn Hill won it in 1999. Like, come on, a little weird. The most awarded Grammy artist has never won Album of the Year, and she's been nominated plenty of times. I want to say she's been nominated for it at least, I know 3 times for sure. I don't know if anything before Self-Titled was, but I know Self-Titled, Lemonade, Renaissance, all nominated Album of the Year, all snubbed. Not snubbed. Adele wasn't a snub. I still think Harry's House didn't deserve to win it over Renaissance, but that's just me. Anyway, he calls out the Academy, like, it's the whole thing. He says, like, a lot of you guys should never be nominated. You guys shouldn't be in these categories. A lot of you are going to feel robbed, and you should be robbed. Like, he was just talking his shit. And you know what? Good. Good for him. Go up there, stand up for your wife, do your thing. You got to do what you got to do, especially when you're Jay-Z. Like, he's already Jay-Z. What, are you going to cancel him for speaking the truth? I was snaps around for Jay-Z because, like, it takes a lot to get up there and do that, especially with your daughter standing next to you and your wife sitting a few feet away from you. Like, I also am like, what was that car ride home like? Like, do we think Beyonce knew that was going to happen? Like, do we think that she knew that was going to, like, he was going to say that and, like, pretty much put her on blast? Not put her on blast, but, you know, like, bring it up. Like, I need to know what the dynamic was. She obviously was like fine enough because they didn't leave right away. They did leave shortly after that. But before that, it was essentially a Beyonce meet and greet at the Grammys. There's a video and there's a line a line of people waiting to meet Beyonce, and everybody got a piece of Beyonce last night. Dua Lipa, Kacey Musgraves, Victoria Monet, Carol G, Trevor Noah, like Olivia Rodrigo. It was literally a Beyonce meet and greet at the Grammys, and you know what? I don't blame them. Take your shot. I would, do what you gotta do. I was upset I didn't see Taylor and Beyonce together, which is shocking. But I guess there was like a lot going on. She left. Taylor had her awards. Like there was a lot happening. So like it's no drama or anything. But I was expecting a new picture of them together. But it's okay. It is what it is. Life happens. Moving on through the Grammys, Victoria Monet. Oh my God, she ended up taking home 3 Grammys last night, and she's so deserving. I said it when I did my Grammy nomination episode. She deserves this so much. So the big one that she won was Best New Artist. She also took home Best R&B Album. There was one other, and it's slipping my mind. Sorry, I'm unprepared. Whatever. She won 3, and it is so well deserved. Her album, Jaguar 2, if you haven't listened to it, it is fantastic. And for her to win Best New Artist, there's always that argument of like, she's not a new artist. How is she winning it? I don't know. I couldn't tell you either. I have no clue. She's been in the game for a while, but she hasn't really had a break. And not like a break, like taken a break, like a break into the scene. She's worked with Ariana so much. She has songs with Ariana. Like she's written for people. She's produced. Like she is huge in the music world. But I think this was her first like real big break into her own music, and so well deserved. Her speech was so sweet. Like she went on for way too long than she was supposed to. The girl was gabbing up there, but good for her. Good for you. Take your chance. Have your moment. This is your moment. Have it. Like, I was so happy for her. And yeah, it's what she deserved. Then moving on, we see Record of the Year. Miley wins. How exciting. Not even that. Meryl Streep and Mark Ronson are handing it to you. Mark Ronson, who she collaborated with Nothing Breaks Like a Heart on back in like 2019, and Meryl Streep, like Meryl fucking Streep. Hello? Hello. I cannot. Also, am I the only one who just found out that Meryl Streep is Mark Ronson's mother-in-law? Like, did everybody else know this and I'm just late, or did we all find that out together when Trevor Noah said it? Because I had no idea. Not a clue. Maybe I'm behind. Am I the only one? Someone let me know. Like, I can't be the only one who just found that out on Sunday, right? I was very shocked, but like, cool. Amazing. I love that. But so Miley wins Record of the Year, and then Album of the Year goes to Midnights by Taylor Swift, which I'm having a hard time digesting. You guys know I love Taylor, and it was the year of Taylor Swift. It's not that she didn't deserve to win the award. It's that I don't think Midnights deserved Album of the Year. Does that make sense? Midnights is a great album. I love Midnights. I think it is a fantastic album. Really no skips on it, honestly. Like I think there's not one song that comes to my mind where I'm like, oh, I skipped that one. It is a fantastic album. But to me, I just didn't think it was Album of the Year. I don't know. And I mean, I'm clearly wrong because she won and it is the year of Taylor Swift. But I think the fact that it was the year of Taylor Swift for every other award show, I thought somebody else might have taken it. And I honestly thought SZA was going to get it. I really did. Thought she was going to bag it. I'm not mad. I'm happy that Taylor won. I'm a huge Taylor fan. You guys know this. Like, I love Taylor. But I was not expecting that. Genuinely, not at all. That was so out of left field. I think it was out of left field for Taylor, too. Why did she announce her new album during Pop Vocal Album and not save her for Album of the Year? I don't think she thought she was winning it either. So the fact that, like, she clearly didn't think she was going to win, like, I was shocked. I'm not going to drag her for it. Good for you, girl. Collect your Grammys. She broke Grammy history. She's the first artist in history to win Album of the Year 4 times. Like, incredible. So well deserved. I just was not expecting it at all. Not at all. So kudos to Taylor, I guess. Good for you. And that's the end of the show. End of the Grammys. We have more to talk about. But so huge, exciting things is that for the first time ever, the Big Four category, Song of the Year, Best New Artist, Record of the Year, Album of the Year, is all women. Song of the Year, Billie won What Was I Made For? Best New Artist, Victoria Monet. Record of the Year, Flowers, Miley Cyrus. Album of the Year, Midnight's Taylor Swift. So cool to see women just being fucking successful and winning and like getting their flowers. Like that was so cool to me. And something else that is so cool to me, there was no sweep this year. There wasn't like, there was that one year Billie Eilish won everything. Do you remember like a few years ago she won every single award? Very well deserved. But I don't like a sweep. I don't like when one person wins everything. And maybe that's me just being like, everybody should win. I don't know. I like when the music is so, there's so many different ways to appreciate music, and one, to me, like one body of work, whether it's a song, a record, an album, a person, a music video, a performance, a this or that, like to win for, to be nominated for all of them is one thing, but like there's never one album that is the album of the year, the song of the year, the record of the year, the music video of the, like that's just not practical to me. So like when there's a sweep, I'm like, okay, favoritism. Again, not discrediting Billie. I love Billie Eilish. I'm so excited for new music whenever it comes, but that's just the first sweep that comes to my mind. So very happy that it was kind of like fairly distributed this year. Like a lot of people won. Lots of people got their first Grammys. Lots of people broke records with their Grammys. Like just like a really overall, really a good show. I was so happy with it. Thought it was a great show. And yeah, those are my Grammy thoughts. I really did thoroughly enjoy the show so much. I thought everybody got what they deserved. Everybody did a fantastic job. No notes for the Grammys. And it's just cool that that's our first Grammys recap. We've done a Grammys nomination reaction. We did our Grammys recap. And now on to next year. We have, it's crazy. It's like, all right, we prepare for this big day. We talk about it. And now it's over. It's crazy how it comes and goes. But that's the Grammys recap. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we are not done yet. I still have some more TV stuff to talk through and our yes and mess. So let's get through this because it is already almost an hour-long episode. Oh my God, I'm going to be editing forever. So Drag Race. So just getting right into it. At the beginning of the episode, Q is crying about being in the top so much and never winning. And I'm like, I get it because like you want to win, but like, girl, you've been in the top every episode. Why are you crying? And again, I get it. Like, I'm not in her shoes. But I was like, can we just, like, appreciate that you haven't been, like, lip syncing or, like, in the bottom every week? Am I the only one? Like, I don't like that narrative that people give themselves. So maybe that's just me. I don't know. Going through the episode, shout out to a mandatory meeting for standing up for herself against Plain Jane. Like, kudos to you, girl, because she came to you so out of left field, saying that she respects Q more than you. You weren't even mentioned. So I'm so happy that you stood up for yourself. Good for you. Shout out to my girl because she needed to stand up for herself. That being said, moving on through the episode, this was a girl group challenge. So I love a girl group. Girl groups are so fun. So the girls get split into 3 groups. We have QDSM, which is Dawn, Morphine, Saphira, and Q performing Star Baby. We have the Lover Girls, which is Amanda, Plain Jane, Plasma, and Tsunami, and they get Courage to Love. And then we have Thick and Stick, which is Nymphia, Maya, Geneva, and Megami, and they get ASMR Lover. These are all RuPaul songs, by the way, if most of the people listening. I've been getting so many texts and DMs from my friends and people listen. They're like, I don't watch Drag Race, but I love listening to your recaps. So thank you guys for people who don't watch, but still listen to the recap because I appreciate you guys heavy. But so they get assigned 3 different RuPaul songs. They have to write their own verse, perform it, choreograph it, full girl group boot camp. Now, the picking of the groups, like when this all happened, instantly I was like, ooh, Thick and Stick, Nymphia, Maya, Geneva, Megami. I don't know. They might not pull through. But girl, did they pull through. I will say, I think every single group did a standout job this week. They all performed well. Their verses were great. There were some stars and some like some people were ahead of other people, but overall, this was a very good week for all the girls. I thought they all looked great, thought they performed great. There's, Q couldn't find the beat. Some of the lyrics were a little for some people, but like, as a whole, I was very happy with this episode. And I'm realizing, like, this season has been really good. Like, these girls they're just, I don't know, these girls are really turning it this season. And I'm really, really enjoying what they're serving us. So, all the songs, fantastic. I need to give a shout out to Nymphia's look. That it is not easy to pull off yellow. And she pulls off head to toe yellow in different ways, in different, like, looks and outfits and wigs and boots and this and that. Like, she takes it for me every week. She's everything. I'm obsessed with her. But moving into the runway, the theme this week is pussycat wigs. To all my girls who don't know a Drag Race, who don't know what this means, a pussycat wig is like a short haircut, almost like Ellen, like a short haircut. I don't know how else to explain it. So that is the theme, a short haircut. And we kick off with Morphine, who comes out with this sick, short red look that's supposed to be like blood dripping down her head. And her whole outfit is like this black, almost like cat suit with stitches all over it. She looked great. You guys know her makeup just like seals the deal for me. Her look could be like a 5. Her makeup makes it a 7, an 8. Like she just knows how to paint her face. But I did love this look. Thought she looked really great. I was here for it. Next up is Q. She does like this knight in shining armor look. I liked it. Knowing her capabilities though, I expected more, but she looked great. I thought it was a good look, and like she doesn't need to be extravagant every time. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't need to do the most every week, so happy with it. Next up was Saphira. This was a look. This is interesting. So she comes out and her hair, you can see a little tail and a little pink butthole. And when she took it off her head, it was literally a cat in her hand and she was dressed as Dr. Evil, which is funny and gaggy, but I was like, is that an asshole on her head? Like I was very confused. I was like, huh? But hey, it worked. She did her thing. She literally took pussycat wig and went full pussy with it. And you know what? Do your thing, girl. Next up was Dawn. I love this little elf bitch. Like she does such fun runways. This blue worked so well on her. She painted her entire body blue. That little short bowl cut with the buzz in the back, like it just looked so good. The reconstructed hoodie, it spoke so much to Dawn as a drag queen, and I thought she did a great job. I just thought it was honestly one of my favorite looks she's done this season so far. Next up, Plasma. So she did this like Hermes, like Greek look, and there was a lot going on. She did not look bad. It was just like a lot happening. I thought if she had like these like big furry sleeves, these big wings on her head. Like I thought if she needed the wings, I think, to complete it. But I think if she like cut the sleeves or maybe the boots, there was like a lot happening. It wasn't bad. It was fine. It was okay. I just was like, maybe take one, like they always say, like the first rule of drag is like, look at yourself in the mirror and take one thing off. And I wish she would have done that because I think it was a great look. It was really, really well done, but there was just something too far about it. You know what I mean? Like she couldn't decide which route she wanted to go. So she went on every single route, which isn't always the best option, but she did a good job. Not mad about it. Next up was Amanda. Now, in retrospect, this look could have worked. And I don't know why it didn't. Like, I don't know what about it didn't work, but she came out with this like bird's nest on her head. And there were 3 eggs in it, one of them being her. It was just like, I understood the camp level of it, but if it was like perfectly polished, I think it would have read a lot better. But it wasn't. So it just kind of fell. Which is weird because at the end of the day, I didn't hate it, but I definitely didn't like it. I don't know. It was strange. It was definitely weird, and we'll get into it more later because spoiler alert, she does go home. Next up, Tsunami. Hot. Oh my God. So hot. This matador look coming out. Like I said last week, she has such a way to like captivate the audience because of her modeling background. And I was like watching her on the runway and I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, is she looking at me? Like, it was so good. She looked so great. I love those androgyny looks, like when it's kind of like playing with the gender, you know, like boy, girl, like, I just loved it. She looked fantastic. Next up, Plain Jane. I kind of thought it was boring. Like a black bodysuit with like a breathing BDSM, like breathing mask. Like she looked good. Her body looked good. Her makeup looked good, but I was like, I don't know. Didn't really do it for me. Geneva was next, and what the fuck was this look? This girl was dressed, it was like a flapper girl meets Lisa Frank. And if you know me, I love Lisa Frank. Lisa Frank is like, I'm obsessed with Lisa Frank. I had a Lisa Frank birthday party. Like, I love, 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 love Lisa Frank. Always have, always will. But this did not work. It was like a 1920 flappers girl and a Lisa Frank coloring book had a child, and it just didn't. It was something a little weird there. And I don't know. I normally I would have loved anything Lisa Frank inspired, but this was just like, Didn't do it for me. I was confused. Moving on to something else. Oh, no, 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 no. Nope, sorry. Skipping ahead. But Maya came out and I liked her look. I thought it was, I don't know. It was like, I don't know how to say this without sounding like an asshole, but like it was really good for Maya. Like it had like I like the shoulder pads. I thought she looked good. Like it was a good, safe look for her. And after the few weeks that she's had, like I think this was a good way to go. She looked good in it. Like very content with her look. But what I was gonna say earlier is the next person I did not like their look at all, and that is Megami. I did not like this blue fairy sheer looking, I don't know, look at all. I just didn't. Something about it felt, it didn't feel complete. It felt a little sloppy. Like, I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. And that sucks because I do really want to like Megami. But like one week she's really, really good to me. And then one week she just like plummets. And this week just was not it for me. But now, the end of all ends. Nymphia. I mean, come on. My notes that I have, it just says Nymphia Mother. She comes out in this. Again, I love when a queen pays respect to their culture, and she does it so well. So she came out, she had her the hat on, the whole thing. She did a reveal to her pussycat wig, which is like this red wig. She took the red wig off and she had a pussy on the back of her head. Yes, a vagina. Bedazzled on the back of her head, which like shouldn't work, but it did. She just, I love her. I love her so much. She's just fantastic. Oh my God, she took the hat off. I'm totally forgetting. She took the hat off to reveal a black cat wig, like an actual, it looked like a cat was on her head. Took the wig off, then it was a red wig. Took the red wig off, and then it was the vagina on the back of the head. Like, the layers. The layers. I can't. Then we find out that the Thick and Stick team ends up winning, which very much deserved because they absolutely ate. And that was the group that I was a little worried about. Even though Nymphia was in it, I was a little worried they weren't going to pull through, but they devoured, they ate. It was so good. So the four of them were safe. They all won. No, they weren't safe. They won. What am I saying? The rest of the girls were all in the bottom, which is like, that's a lot of girls to be in the bottom. That's kind of crazy. And Rue asks the age-old question, who do you think should go home? Which I felt was very early in the season. Like, to ask that on episode 5, kind of crazy. But you know, with RuPaul's Drag Race, RuPaul can do whatever the fuck she wants. And a lot of people said Q, which I guess basing off that episode, I could agree with. But overall, Q has been in the top every week. Do you not remember the beginning of the episode when she was crying about being in the top every week? Now everyone's saying she should go home. Weird. But then a lot of people did say Amanda, which I can agree with to an extent. She was really coming around to me. I was really starting to like her. She killed the girl group challenge. Like, I thought she did such a good job, but they did say Amanda, and it comes down to Amanda and Q lip syncing. They lip synced to Emergency by Icona Pop, and it was kind of a boring lip sync. I didn't like it. It was just like, fine. Nothing gaggy. I don't know. It was fine. And for a second, I really thought Q was going home, and I was holding my breath. I was like, oh my God, Amanda just devoured that lip sync. But Q did end up they end up being safe. She stays and Amanda went home, which is sad because, again, I really like Amanda as a person. Her drag just wasn't there, but I'm excited to see what Amanda has in store just overall, like as a drag queen performer. And she just, like I said last week, came out as trans. So I feel like she's coming into this new like evolution of a mandatory meeting. So very excited to see what Amanda has in store. And next week, La Roche is the guest judge, which, like, hello, icon, like, that's going to be major. I'm very excited to see Law be the guest judge. So obviously I'll recap next week, but that is Drag Race for the week. And my last story of the week, this is a long episode. I am very sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. You're still listening, so thank you. This is a quick recap though, but the Traitors. This week, all I have to say, Phaedra, fucking icon. First and foremost, the way that she devoured Dan at the round table, insane. The way that Dan turned on her and tried to make people think that she was a traitor. I mean, she is a traitor, but no one thought she was. The way that Dan completely flipped it up on her, I was like, if they don't send this man home, Phaedra will murder him tonight when the traitors meet. Like, I was like, she is out for blood, as she should be. I don't know who he thought he was turning on her when she has done nothing to deserve, like, any target on her back, but that was crazy. She deserves an Emmy for that performance in the round table. That was so good. Oh my God, it was fantastic. This show is just so good. It is perfect reality TV. Perfect reality TV. I am obsessed and I can't wait to see what happens next week. That's really, I mean, there was more to it. I thought Peter telling them that he had the pendant or the shield when he didn't was genius. Just like so smart. So many good plays happening and I can't wait to see what happens. I'm so excited. They're filming the reunion, I heard, this week. So I'm curious, like, to see how that goes down. We still have a while to go, I think, until the end of the season because there's a lot of people in the castle. But reunion is being filmed, so I can't wait. This show is so good. I can't tell you enough. Please start this show. It is so good. It's on Peacock. It airs on Thursday nights at 9 p.m., but they're all on Peacock. You can just go watch them on demand. Fantastic. Oh, such good TV. And that is the end of the show. The very long episode, probably my longest yet. But we are not done yet because that would be too easy. Because as you know, we still have my yes and my yet. My yes and my yes, my yes and my mess of the week. So if you are new here and you don't know, every week I end the show with a yes and a mess of the week. Yes being something I'm loving, mess being something I'm not loving. We always start it off on a positive note, so let's kick this off. Kind of piggybacks off last week, but oh God, I love to see this girl win. Megan Thee Stallion debuts at #1 with Hiss. You guys heard last week's episode. You guys know the drama. You know what was going on, and you know that Megan was like, we were all fighting for Megan. Again, I bought the song on iTunes. Like, I haven't bought music on iTunes in years, and last week I bought two, Britney Spears and Megan Thee Stallion, and she went #1. It is her first solo debut at #1. I just love Megan Thee Stallion. I love to see her winning, and I will say, it's very funny. Nicki Minaj has been awfully quiet. The last thing she tweeted as of today was 3 or 4 days ago, and it was a link to buy Pink Friday 2. That was it. Nothing else. Like, she has been mute and silent. I know she is having a fit. I know she is breaking windows. I know she is screaming, crying, throwing up. Like, this bitch is hurt. And as you should be. You know what I mean? If you're going to be a mean girl, I'm glad that it came back to bite you so quick. Actually, not even that quick, because realistically, Nicki's been a mean girl for a while. And it's kind of been excused. But we all love us some Megan Thee Stallion. Like, how can you not love Megan? You know what I mean? So, I'm getting text messages, and apparently Taylor's track list just dropped. This is kind of crazy. Delaney just texted me. Okay, apparently Taylor's track list just dropped. What the fuck is going on? Hang on. Oh my God, yeah, hang on. The track list just dropped. What the fuck? Post Malone feature. Oh my God, there's a song called But Daddy, I Love Him. Oh my God, a Florence and the Machine feature. Oh. Oh my fucking God. What the fuck? This is literally a live reaction. Delaney, I'm texting Delaney literally right now. Is this happening? Holy fuck. There's a song called LOML, Love of My Life. I Can Do It With the Broken Heart. I'm reading, it's all sideways if you're watching the video. Holy shit. So Long London. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Down Bad. I cannot believe I was just recording as that just happened. Holy shit. Oh my God. Well, we just got the Taylor track list, which is fucking crazy that we got the track list this early. Holy fuck. Oh my God. I'm so glad I was just recording for that. And I have Do Not Disturb on. But Delaney said, sorry, this is worth pressing anyway. And I'm so glad she did. And I usually record on Tuesdays, but I'm recording on Monday tonight. And I literally I would not have caught that reaction. Holy fuck. That was crazy. I was not expecting that. Wow. I got. Let's finish the show. Megan Thee Stallion at #1. Thank fucking God. Is what she deserves. We love that. And now the mess of the week, I'm sorry, I'm like so flustered. The mess of the week is Justin Timberlake at his Irving Plaza show last week. Before he sings Cry Me a River, which we all know is about Britney Spears, he says, I just want to take my time to apologize to fucking nobody. And I just am like, how is this man continuing to get away with being such a piece of shit? Like, genuinely, I don't understand how he can continue to do these things when people he has given chances on a silver platter to just like be a decent person. And Justin Timberlake just continues to be a piece of shit. I don't understand. For the first time in Too Pop to Handle history, I have two of the same messes in two different episodes. Justin Timberlake was my very first mess back on my first episode, and he's back for round two because just like, get your shit together, dude. Oh my God. That being said, if you can't tell, I am very flustered at the fact that we just got this Taylor Swift track list. So I'm gonna end the episode. We will talk more about Taylor's album next week. I'm so glad I got that on live camera. Oh my God. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Too Pop to Handle. If you like what you heard, make sure you give us a 5-star review. Make sure you subscribe, follow, the whole nine. We are available as a video podcast on YouTube. So go over to youtube.com/@2poptohandle. Give us a subscribe, comment, leave us a like, do all the YouTube things. And of course, be sure to follow us on socials. We are at 2pop to handle on all social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of them. I'm there. I'm talking. I'm posting. And I always say it. If you liked what you heard, send this episode to one friend. If everybody sends it to one person, I will double in listeners. And with that, I need to go study this Taylor Swift track list. And I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.